after the interception. Here's Jackson. A solid stiff arm. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
And that is a historic run for him, partner. With that pickup, he just broke Lamar Jackson's 2019 record for most yards in a season by a quarterback.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Get some big girl. You are. You gotta take off your feet. Put that on your feet so you can be more comfortable. Joe's under over there.
Following the touchdown.
Go ahead. What are you doing?
Fielded right around the
Zion. Daddy. Daddy.
The 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23 yards.
Yeah.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out,
you got
the interception on the first play.
Daddy, get that out. Daddy, get that out.
Confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you are. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole. And one of the key things you always have evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That's it, boy.
Malik Harrison came in there
Doing?
hard on the blitz and got him 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Doing? Pull that time out, boy.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL.
It's in the game. It's in the game.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Throwing.
Bing.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Daddy.
You don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Done, Daddy. Good job. Good idea. Oh. Get pound.
Defensively in the early going, he's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes with a big 3rd. He's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The quick feed by Jackson. Opted to run for it. The decision of Goodwin picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. We've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win.
You get it?
And that's caught inside the 35. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down.
Just want to be friendly.
So the big game through the air, but scratching off because he could not hang on to the football.
Anyway.
You have to like what they did on
Guy's
defense.
garbage.
They didn't give up on the play. Big yardage given up, but they still battled all the way to the end and helped force a turnover.
When I gave you the ball back.
First down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Alright, let me stop
Winston. And that one's going to be off target.
I'm so scared.
Lots of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
This side wasn't playing this
the
side.
Ravens. 20, 10, 5. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
So I wasn't playing the shot, man. Like,
fumbled the
what
football,
happened?
but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit.
Your mama's got the baby. Yeah, you got the baby. Daddy,
Making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Daddy got the baby.
Now for the extra point.
Daddy.
And it is now 21-0.
Daddy got the baby.
And the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Takes it at the 7. And he returns this to the 22. Now this is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation,
Stop.
especially in the second quarter.
Her baby in hat.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me on the break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Kamara gets it again on the 2nd down. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged, sometimes you don't run. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outside. Winston. Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45. half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Put it in the garbage. Put it in the garbage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. Escaping the pressure right.
Yeah. Oh.
That is caught downfield by Thomas.
Like it.
Brought down at about the 16.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Going right back to Michael Thomas. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot,
Zion.
you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives
Zion.
you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. He's got daylight. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
Zion.
That has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see football.
Come here, Daddy.
To the house. But if you are inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short.
Zion, come here.
And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
What you doing? What you doing?
Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later. Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. First down, Winston. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And they'll work this down inside the 30. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that drops the deficit from 28 to 25. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the lead
defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing into break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Stop. Yeah.
Here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
You got everything. You got everything. Anything to make you feel good. Grab it. You go grab it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely...
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Hey, get over here. What I keep telling you about going over there. Get your ball. Get the ball. Your ball. Your ball. Your ball.
And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9.
Now go over there.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pushes him over. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase it or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
And cue the applause, and there it is for him, the mark he's been aiming for all season long. 1,000 yards. Just a third quarterback to reach that milestone, joining Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick. That's a season's worth of work and a huge commitment to get him the touches that he needed to make that happen. Congratulations.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Jackson running again.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson from 17 yards out.
And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Justin Tucker in the kickoff.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. It wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game. And really, they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game. And I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep.
Personal foul, unnecessary run, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something.
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. The 20. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Holding, offense.
So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
Working out of the gun, Winston.
A quick one here, hauled in by Kamara.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Winston now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Brandon, that's the third time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate one fumble, twos, oh my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
They'll run with Dobbins.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Second down and goal. Jackson on the move to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff.
And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Not they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10.
Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that turn. because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final. Back now here live in New Orleans. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. 39 yards there. A big one.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There's the stiff arm. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
Just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The quick feet by they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with career touchdown number 60. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened them up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Oh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up. Here's Winston. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. Touchdown! Adam Troutman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Lutz good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. The play over before it really got started thanks to Pete Werner.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let loss resulted.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And they're going to speed things up here. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he bowls over it. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Dancing to his left. Running right through it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
And you know what we just witnessed, partner? A new NFL record for single-game rushing by a quarterback, breaking Colin Kaepernick's record of 181 yards set in the playoffs back in 2013. How about that field vision, athleticism that we've seen throughout this game? It's been nothing short of elite.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And, oh, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
Tyus Bowser with a pick. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Eluding the pressure right.
And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throw left side complete to Troutman.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away.
The offense for the Ravens returns to the field, and they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And
he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Ravens, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for New Orleans,
lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown.